Come on. Do you want to have some of this? You want to go down? All right. Oh, we got some stuff on your snout here. You ready? Okay. Welcome to episode 13 of AI Webster. And today it's a podcast version. We brought our special guest, Raina Webster. She's our official sponsor. She's got some liver treats that she loves. And I hope I got some of that ASMR in there, some of that good audio sound. The last time I had a podcast, it was my least popular. It was on the empty rhetoric of political language. So I thought I'd do what Disney does in the 21st century, and that is double down. If you do something that's not working, do it again. Okay, sit. See, that works, right? And so I wanted to focus on some empty rhetoric that I heard an NDP candidate, Heather McPherson, use in an interview about a month ago. And the NDP during the election had lost their official party status, and they were in a bit of there was infighting going on about who was to be their leader. They were in a bad situation. And this was an opportunity for them to talk about their future. They're in financial debt, of course, and without official party status, they don't get any money from, or they get very little money from Parliament, and they lose a lot. So this is their chance to talk about how now with Carney in, there's really two two conservative parties. There's the CCP, and the Liberals have moved to the right. The Carney and the Liberal Party were always shapeshifters. They used to be, with Justin Trudeau, they were pretty much Jagmeet Singh's NDP party. So now the NDP has a great opportunity to be the only left-leaning party. But rather than addressing that or talking about that or talking about policies or anything specific, the Heather McPherson decided to use two pieces of empty rhetoric that the TDSB used on us so often. And that rhetoric was involved two statements that drove me nuts in the TDSB. And one was having tough conversations. She said that in the podcast, she said that 12 times, having tough conversations. Now that sounds like it conveys that you're a person of action and you're doing something, but you're not actually doing anything. You're just saying you're going to have a conversation. And the other one was that she wanted to hear the voices of her party members. And she wanted to hear the voices of Canadians. And again, that sounds, it conveys some sort of compassion and openness, but it's not saying anything. So I like the measure of imagining if I had a job interview and I came home and my wife asked, "Oh, how did it go?" And I said, "Oh, well, we had tough conversations." Okay, what does that mean? I heard their voices. They heard my voices. Voices were heard. Well, it doesn't say anything. So, come here. So it's important that the parties talk about policy. With the bills coming out, the C2 and the Ontario Bill 5, there's a need for some economic fiat, and that probably means stepping on some Indigenous toes, and that's going to be ugly, and it probably means harming the environment, and that's going to be ugly. So it would be wonderful if the parties talked about or addressed what their policies on these ideas would be, but instead they use empty rhetoric and slogan. So if you want to kill a question, and when I say kill it, I mean have no further questions, say we want to have those tough conversations. Sounds like you're saying something when you're not. And the other angle, of course, is to simply say, we're hearing everyone's voices. So in the last election, the NDP's slogan was made for people, built for Canada. The CCP party, the Conservatives, it was Canada First for a change. And the Liberals are now haunted with elbows up. So I hope that in the future we end up voting for policy rather than slogans. And whenever you hear someone say they're going to have tough conversations, drill down and find out what the heck that means. I heard your voice. I hope you heard mine. Thank you.